Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I have always wanted to go down in history for being one of the greatest content creators of all time. I had no idea how I would ever do it or how I would accomplish my dream, but it happened for me in the form of Descendants and Zombies content. Because the Descendants and Zombies niche were very supportive of how I felt about Descendants and Zombies and gave me the chance to share with them my story. Thousands of people listened to it every day, and every night they would come back to see a sequel that I would upload to this channel. And in every video that I ever recorded, I'll be honest with each and every one of you, I never knew what I was about to say every single time that I pushed record. I just told you like it was and how I felt about Clarke and Freya, Skye, and just hoped for the best and hoped that somebody was going to subscribe. Eventually 100 subscribers became 500, 500 became 1,000, 1,000 became 2,000, and we're sitting here tonight with just about 4,000 people having subscribed here to this YouTube channel. You guys have got to know that you will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart for how you felt about your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars who I've always believed have deserved the best reviews. And I just wanted to be that one guy who had a chance to be a part of it, to give you guys something special back in return for everything you did for this channel and you did for me. Because if I couldn't say anything nice about Freya, nobody else out there in the way of a reviewer was going to on their YouTube channel, on Instagram, on TikTok, whatever social media platform you want to talk about. People watch social media videos 2 hours every day at least on average. And in those 2 hours that you get to watch social media videos, you guys deserve to watch the best videos that someone can possibly pump out for you, to give you more of a reason to believe in that one superstar that you see something special in for pretty much what is your entire life. Because many of you haven't even been alive long enough to really figure out your purpose in this life or to know where you're going. But you see something special in somebody like Freya, and you guys deserve to be encouraged. So in order to get encouragement, I've got to create the best videos possible because I've always believed that there are people out there that really don't understand you for being the fans of Freya and Kylie that you've forever and always been. You guys have obviously saw something special in Descendants and Zombies for a very long time, and I have felt more than honored to be a part of all these incredible experiences, from the Worlds Collide Tour, to the Stars Align Tour, to Freya Skye having profound success with her Zombies doll and her Freya Skye merch, which you guys can never seem to get enough of. And I must say, the Freya Skye hoodies more especially, Freya Skye's shop on freyaskye.com, are beautiful, and I can see why you guys love them. You probably have every Freya Skye hoodie in existence, and you've probably never taken it off. You probably have that one Freya Skye poster on your wall, and you love it so much. Your whole room is probably decorated like my stuffies are in this room tonight, with Freya Skye posters. And if you're somebody who loves Freya Skye with all of your heart, then I want to encourage that, and I wanted to be a part of that. You probably have that golden ticket to your dream in your hand, just waiting for that opportunity to see that one show as a part of the Freya Skye Stars Align Tour that you're more excited to attend than anything else in your life. I know what that's like because years ago I was a part of stage performances of Selena Gomez and Hilary Duff, and I felt more than honored to be in the crowd, to experience it for what it was worth. Because in that generation they were on their way to becoming some of the greatest Disney stars of all time, and certainly some of the most celebrated. And I would love to be having these conversations 20 years from now about people like Kylie and Freya, who I've always saw something special in. I think they're the strongest people in the world. They have shied away from all the criticism they've been faced with, and the love and support that you guys have shown for them have outshined that every single time. You've made them feel more confident, more stronger in their abilities, and you've really helped them see it through. You've really allowed them to find their purpose in life, because there is a greater purpose for everybody, because I've always believed that everybody eventually finds a light. Everybody has a light. Even though it seems impossible for you to find your light, everybody eventually finds it and becomes something far more special than they ever imagined possible. And that's all I've ever wanted to encourage on this show. I've loved every song that Freya Skye has ever produced, from The Person I Thought I Knew to Gold's Gone to Silent Treatment. They are beautiful collaborations. Every music video that Freya Skye has ever put out there on Spotify is beautiful. Vivo is always blowing up with views, and subscription numbers for Freya Skye are always on the rise. And it has everything to do with how beautiful you guys see in her fashion sense, how much sense she makes in her music, because the one thing we got to appreciate is that she's so young, but yet she's putting such beautiful lyrics to music. And I can never appreciate her enough for how she's so young, but she's putting such beautiful lyrics to music that we can find time and appreciate. Because no matter who we were, We could find time in relating to Freya in a way that was truly unimaginable for a lot of people who are probably too young to understand what I'm even talking about. But the thing is, as time goes on, because I've often reiterated how time is the most precious commodity, you will understand exactly what I'm thinking about. And you'll look back on your time being a Freya Skye fan and you'll say, geez, Jonathan was right. It was all worth it in the end being a fan of Freya, because I took away so many inspirational moments. I experienced every emotion in the book. I cried during her songs. I laughed during her performances on shows like Wizards Beyond Waverly Place and Zombies 4 Down to the Vampires. And I had a chance to be a part of something special. Because when you have a chance to be a part of something special, they are moments that only are ever meant to happen once in a person's lifetime. And they should forever and always be cherished and forever and always celebrated and never ever forgotten. I've always had a dream of never ever being forgotten. I had no idea how I would solidify my legacy of never ever being forgotten. All I ever knew was that I just never wanted to be forgotten, because there are so many people who have so many things special to offer in this lifetime. So many magical opportunities to outshine everybody else, and they never have the opportunity to showcase their talents and showcase their true worth. And Freya Skye is in a position right now where she's just trying to figure out her place in the world, and I don't think there's any room for any criticism, either constructive or just general criticism, when it comes to Freya. If I was ever going to be a part of these conversations, I was going to have to be the one guy to always support her, to always come out with that glitter sign that said, I love you, Freya, and be holding it up in the crowd of thousands of people. I don't know if she would have ever seen my sign, but I would have to be that one guy with that glitter sign with a heart logo on it saying, I love you, Freya, and supporting her more than any guy in the crowd, along with thousands of girls who have seen something so special in Freya from the very beginning. And if I didn't say it before, thank you so much. You know, the Freya Skye community is very hard to win the hearts of, but once you do win the hearts of every Freya Skye fan, because it's very difficult to create videos for them, you truly have something so special to hold on to and to never ever forget. And no matter where I go from here or whatever opportunities come my way in my lifetime over my 25-year career, I will never forget any of you for how much you meant to my heart and what you did for me and this YouTube channel. Because there are thousands of people that create Freya Skye content every day. Videos, shorts, commentaries, reviews. And a lot of them really never make a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people. But these videos have been so relatable and so resonating with thousands of people, so much so that thousands of people would take the time to hit my subscribe button and always come back, just to hear what I was going to say about Freya next. If there was one guy who always wanted to be in the crowd for every show of Freya Skye and cry and laugh with you guys and share in every emotion in the book, it would have to be me. One of my favorite Freya Skye songs of all time was The Person I Thought I Knew, because she was letting us know how she was feeling, or she was just trying to relate to each and every one of you. And that's something that Freya Skye does more often than enough. Try to relate to you in her music. These songs never have anything to do with the person that may have hurt Freya or something she may be going through herself. It's all about how she wants to create relatable music, so you'll download her EP, you'll continue to support her for many years to come, because this is just really the beginning for Freya Skye, and we are all going to be a part of history. I have no idea if Freya Skye and Kylie Control are going to go down in history for having been some of the greatest of all time, but that's always been a dream of mine, for either myself to go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time, or to see it through for them, so they would have a chance of going down in history for being some of the greatest of all time. Forever, we've heard conversations about how Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, and Sabrina Carpenter are more than deserving of being considered some of the greatest of all time. I've heard and seen it all when it comes to the best of them, but I have never heard so much respect and dignity being shown to a group of cast members like I've seen from Descendants and Zombies fans. You guys have forever remained passionate about your favorite stars. You've been there every step of the way, and the one thing that I will forever and always admire about each and every single one of you is how you've never quit on them. And that's exactly why people like Freya Skye and Kylie Control have forever been in these positions to take over the world. They are taking over an industry that a lot of people never really took them serious in. Because when Red first premiered in the Descendants franchise, just as an example, nobody really ever took her seriously. She was no Mal, and she was far from a Dove Cameron. Nobody really ever wanted to give Kylie Control much of a chance. But as time went on, you learned to appreciate Kylie and her story, because she was a very different VK. She was a very different person, and her image went on to become one of the most revered of all time. People started wanting to wear her Halloween costumes, wanting to buy her doll, wanting to listen to her music. And by the time these conversations were over, you were more of a fan of Kylie Control than ever before, and you had an undeniable amount of love and support for Kylie Control that you would take with you everywhere you went, and every experience you ever had the chance to be a part of when it came to Kylie, when it came to Freya, because this is the reason why tonight you want to go to the Stars Align tour. You want to come out with so much love and support for Freya Skye, and you want to have the time of your life. And that is exactly what I want you to do. Freya Skye is performing in theaters across the United States before heading to the UK, and different dates scheduled for the fall of 2026. She will perform right up until the end of 2026. She takes a little bit of a reprieve and comes back by June and performs from June right up until the fall of 2026 with UK dates and several other United States dates thrown in there. She's performing in small theater venues that can seat anywhere from 3,000 to 3,500 people. I think one of the biggest venues she's in is the Hammerstein Ballroom, and I know this because I used to promote wrestling events for the Hammerstein Ballroom back in 2006. That was over 20 years ago, and if you include the upper deck of the Hammerstein Ballroom, it can seat about 3,000 to 3,500 people, and that's not a whole lot of people. So I've always debated whether or not Freya Skye should be performing in these small theaters or be given a chance to perform in Madison Square Garden to give her a chance to realize her dream, or to perform in the Pontiac Silverdome, which can seat over 80,000 people. I'm saying this because I've always believed that Freya Skye deserves these opportunities, and so too does Kylie Control. Why record an album independently when you can go bigger than that? Why not go big or go home for these stars? Because they deserve to be a part of something special. They deserve more movie opportunities. They deserve more exposure opportunities, and to really allow themselves to put their names out there bigger than ever before. Go big or go home. I've always seen superhero-like characters in characters like Red and Nova Bright because they were so strong, they were so fearless, and as difficult as it may have seemed to have been for them, they never ever really cared what anybody thought of them, at least on the camera. But when the camera was turned off, it was the criticism that made them feel the way they did. Everything from Kylie Control's political point of view, ending up in conversations it should have never been in to begin with. People felt very differently about her, and I always wanted to support her because when I saw videos of her crying all the time, I said something had to be done. So I took to my YouTube channel and I created something special for every fan of Descendants of Zombies, just to let Kylie Control and Freya Skye more especially know how special I thought they were. I think they're the strongest people in the world, and your guys' heart and your dedication you bring forth and show for people like Kylie and Freya all the time is what makes this conversation and these experiences for me so special. I've always wanted to be a part of something special, if never hand them the Disney Legends Award. Because if there ever was a conversation about who should be the next Disney Legends, we can have these conversations about some of the greatest of all time, like Miley Cyrus, who was just honored over 2.5 years ago at the D23 Expo as the youngest Disney Legend in history. And that's a huge milestone. That's a huge accomplishment. But even with how big of an accomplishment or milestone that was, I think that Freya Skye and Kylie Control are on their way to achieving even something bigger. Because people like Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez have set the stage for people like Freya Skye and Kylie Control to really marvel in, to really shine on. Because their stars somewhere out there in that constellation have shined brighter than ever before, going back to how much each and every one of you have ever believed in them. And again, if I didn't say it before in the first 15 minutes of this video, thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you did for me. Thank you so much for what you did for Kylie, because your contributions will never, ever be forgotten. Your contributions have come a long way. You have defined what the Descendants of Zombies franchises have always meant to be. And I have loved putting that on display. I've loved helping people understand the Descendants of Zombies franchise better, to give you a greater appreciation, because that's what I wanted to do in every video that I ever had the chance to create. There are hundreds of people who subscribe here to this YouTube channel every day. I don't think this ever happens to the average Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel. This happens for nobody. But for some reason, you guys have chosen me as the #1 Descendants of Zombies content creator, as the #1 Descendants of Zombies channel and show on YouTube. Perhaps it had something to do with how I told this story and how I love these fairy tale characters so much, because I obviously saw a lot of rarity in them. I took away something special from every time I saw the story of Snow White, or heard the story of Sleeping Beauty, or loved the story of The Little Mermaid. And I've loved telling it for what it was worth. I loved being a part of it. And I loved having the chance to meet each and every one of you because you all, no matter who you were, from wherever you came from, you offered something special to the Descendants of Zombies franchise. And together we came together and we created something special for every Freya Skye fan out there and gave them more of a reason to believe in her than perhaps ever before. And you gotta believe me, I felt more than honored to have the chance to be a part of that, to resonate with people, to connect with people, to have the chance to share with you my story, because you never know how many views each video is going to get, how many likes, subscribers you're going to put up. But this YouTube channel sees hundreds of likes, hundreds of subscribers every day, making it the #1 Descendants of Zombies source for the latest news and the latest updates, keeping you informed and in that informative loop, which we often love to refer to on entertainment blog websites. I get that. And there are some people out there that will never see as many subscribers as this YouTube channel. But again, it's all about how you tell the story and how you can really put it out there and give people more of a reason to believe in it than perhaps ever before. And I've loved having the opportunity to do just that. Thank you so much for having believed in this YouTube channel with all of your heart, because this is a future that I look forward to being a part of and sharing in with each and every one of you, because again, it's all about how you tell the story. There are 4 books in the Alice in Wonderland book series. The first Alice in Wonderland book made it to bookshelves and bookstores just before Christmas Eve over 100 years ago. And since its premiere, it sold thousands of copies, and it's been retold thousands, if never millions of times through the years. And I have never felt more honored to be a part of these stories and to experience the Disney versions of these stories. I've loved seeing the characters really shine and the people who brought their voices to life really glisten. And now it's happening for your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars. And I couldn't feel more honored to have been a part of that and to have shared in that with so many incredible people. Because you guys do know, or at least you have to know, that you are the most incredible people and group of individuals that I've ever had the honor to create content for. And I've been creating content for a very long time, longer than many of you have perhaps been alive. But it's been my honor to resonate and connect with more people than ever before, who may have that one Freya Skye song they listen to every night because they love Freya with all of their heart. They have this one Freya Skye hoodie they may have never taken off, because that's the reality of life. It's Freya Skye or die, man. That's how we live. That's how we breathe. That's how we exist. And we are best of friends because we feel the same way about Freya. People connect all the time because of Descendants of Zombies. And some people are the best of friends because they love people like Kylie and Freya with all of their heart. You know, I've never really cared what a critic says or how they feel about Descendants of Zombies, because what it comes down to is how I feel and how I showcase it and how I represent myself for being a fan of Descendants of Zombies. I have no idea how others feel about it out there, because there are people out there that think that The Rise of Red is not that great of a show. But that doesn't mean that I don't think that. I think that The Rise of Red deserves more of a chance than ever before. Forever has deserved a sequel. And every member of that cast, either Descendants or Zombies, have deserved to be a part of something special for forever. And you've helped me encourage that. You've helped me promote that through this YouTube channel because you were you. You showed up here as you. This YouTube channel encouraged you to forever and always be you, and to forever and always be supportive of Descendants and Zombies. And you did just that. And you helped me create something special to inspire more people to love Freya and to become fans of Freya, for those of them who didn't even know who Freya was. Because there are hundreds, if never thousands, of people who don't even know who Freya Skye is. So now is the opportunity for you to take full advantage of, to head over to FreyaSkye.com, all her social media platforms, and discover the power behind her music, how relatable it is. Because I promise you that you will fall in love with it, head over heels in love with it, if anything. Because she offers something special in every song that she ever has the chance to create or to put out there and distribute for each and every one of you. Because having the chance to create something special and to be a part of it is a feeling unlike any of us have ever experienced in our life. And we have all had the chance to be a part of something special, and that something special just happened to be Descendants of Zombies. From wherever you're watching this video tonight, or from wherever you hear my voice as we close it out in the final few seconds that I have tonight, just know that you will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart for having been the fans of Descendants of Zombies that you have forever and always been. This has truly been a breathtaking and unbelievable experience that I've had the chance to share in with thousands of people who love this YouTube channel with all of their heart. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel time and time again as your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. And hopefully, one can only hope, that I've given you a reason to believe in people like Kylie and Freya more with all of your heart than perhaps ever before. But that decision comes down to each and every one of you. That is entirely up to you. And I'm inviting you to come along and join me on this incredible journey where I've met thousands of fans of Descendants of Zombies, still having thousands I have yet to meet. And I would love to have these conversations in that foreseeable future, because indeed there is one to honor and celebrate and to be a part of for Descendants of Zombies fans. Again, what it comes down to is how much you yourself believe in it, and that decision is entirely up to you. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button, all that fun stuff, and to come back for a new video. We will pick up this conversation, resume it from where we left it off between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for having watched this video, and thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time.